Okay, so hello to everyone. This is Valentina Scopio from the Industrial Relations and Career Services Office. Welcome again to this new series of the Connecting the Dots webinar with our alumni as a guest. So today we have the pleasure to have with us our alumni Ahana Das Sharma. She graduated in Domus Academy in 2015, and she attended the master course in fashion management. So today we have the pleasure Ahana will have the pleasure to share with you her background, educational background in Domus Academy, as well as her professional career. And she now is currently covering the role as senior consultant at Increff. And we have the pleasure to have also Caterina Lunghi, a journalist, and she will be moderating the events with Ahana. So enjoy the webinar, and after the conversation, if you guys will have any kind of doubts, curiosity, Ahana is here to share with you her experience and to reply to your questions and doubts. So I would like to leave the word to Caterina to start the webinar, and enjoy it. See you later.
Okay, hi, hi Anna.
Hi, ciao Caterina. Grazie Valentina.
Nice to see you from
India.
Bangalore, right?
Yes, yes.
What time?
Nice to see you from Lecco.
Yeah, and I have
beautiful
two dogs
place
around me, so be ready to some interruption. Anna, what time is there?
It's 8:30.
8:30.
Right. Yes.
Anna, you were a Domus Academy student 6 years ago, but also you were working at Domus Academy after the master as a tutor and assistant. So you know very well the school.
Very, very well. And after that also I have visited Milan a couple of times, and I have always visited the school or have met either the faculty or, students who were my friends. So, yeah.
So we hope to see you soon again.
Yes, yes.
Anna, now in Bangalore, that you explain me is considered the Silicon Valley of India.
Correct.
You are working for a startup about fashion and technology that is called Increff.
Correct. So let me just explain you about the dynamics of the city. So Bangalore is a very young city. It is the information technology hub of India, and it has the highest concentration of technology-based companies of India. And also it has housed almost around 13,000 plus startups currently, active startups in India. So that is why it has gotten the affiliation of being the Silicon Valley of India. Right. And I'm so happy that I have also embarked on this journey of being on a startup and, getting into the vibe of the city, basically. Yeah.
But Anna, when did you join the company?
So it's been around 6 months now.
So
pretty early.
Are pretty new.
Yes, yes.
What is the company and what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a senior consultant at Increff. And I have a team of business analysts who are working along with me. I work with them. So the idea is Increff is a technology-based company, but it's an end-to-end merchandising solution tool. So we are trying to solve the complexities that fashion and retail merchandising currently faces, right? So we have a very well-balanced team of merchandisers, buyers who are subject matter experts and technologists, along with whom we build the algorithm so that we can automate the processes that merchandisers have to struggle by putting in too many man hours, right? So we have created a tool which is blazingly fast to give you outputs, correct? And it analyzes sales data, your past data. So it's a lot of analytics that goes into it. So it is data-based. And so there is no, as a human, you work on Excel, there is a lot of errors that you make. First of all, Excel is a very low-tech tool, right? It has a 1D approach in throwing outputs, and there are a lot of man hours which goes into the work, right? So as a merchandiser and as a buyer working in the industry, I have faced a lot of issues working with Excel. We also go by our gut sometimes in taking a lot of decisions. So let's say that I'm analyzing my category or my styles performance. And what happens sometimes is you go by gut and you just see the quantity that I have sold maybe in the last season, but you don't see that how much excessive discount I have put into to sell those stock, right? So we have created an algorithm which penalizes those excessive discount, and it gives a true demand forecast. So there is no sense of error of making poor demand sensing, right? So this was one of the examples. Again, there can be something where you are like, maybe you are a physical retail store where you're trying to kind of, connect which style to put in which store. So because there are some biases which come into your mind as a merchandise, as a planner. So you either pick up the best store or the best style and you start filling each other. But here through the algorithm, we create like a store into style ranking kind of a solution where there are no human errors that can happen. It's all data driven. It's all mathematical, right? So another instance is I was working on an online marketplace where I was selling my brand on Flipkart, on Amazon, on the biggest marketplace platforms in India, right? So what was happening is, by our gut, we were sending all those heavier winter wear to just in the northern warehouses, and we were keeping the lighter products in the southern warehouses, which might not be correct. Like, it is the general tendency that you feel that India northern part is high on winters, while the southern part they don't have winter so much. So we used to make gut-based decision, right? But with the tool, we do a complete like customer pin code analysis where we get to know the actual regional demand, and we can split the inventory into different warehouses and not the gut feeling that we have, right? So we are basically minimizing the human error, and we have created a blazingly fast tool where you can have outputs in seconds where once you have the data, and it really makes your life easier. It's solving a lot of complexities that fashion has.
Ahana, your daily work is mostly in front of the computer, or you have a relationship with your clients?
Yes. So it is a part where I have to work on computer. When we meet a client, we have to understand their business, understand what kind of data they have in order to put it in the tool and get outputs for them. But it's a lot of client interaction. It's a completely client-facing role. So, and it's not only just fashion clients, it's also a lot of lifestyle brands that I'm connected with. So it's all in all like a holistic view of fashion, lifestyle, sorry, and retail.
And Anna, can you mention a few clients, or they prefer to stay secret?
So it's a little bit of secret, but I can tell you the categories that we work with. It starts from, let's say, activewear, sportswear, to cosmetics, to core denim t-shirt brands, Indian ethnic wear brands, right? And also a few of FMCG, like fast moving goods, those kind of brands currently.
And they are mostly maybe based in India, but also international.
Yeah.
Now the office is just in.
Yeah, the office is in India, but we have international clients. We have clients in the Middle East. We have clients in Australia and like APAC region, let's say. Yeah, we are also doing a lot of connection in USA. So we are trying to expand day in, day out. Okay. And we would love to come to Europe with good companies also.
And Anna, are your colleagues?
Yes, this is my team. Yes.
So
this is there are like BAs here. There are people who are senior to me, who have taught me a lot during my initial time, who have really helped me, because for me it was a great jump coming from the real core of fashion industry to a technology oriented job. So for me it was a huge change. I actually metamorphosed myself into a different kind of a role, but that was made easier by these people, let's say.
Yes, because Anna, you studied fashion management, and also before Domus in India, you studied fashion design. So you are from the real world of fashion and business, less technology. And what are your memories about Domus Academy?
So my memories are all
Fun.
beautiful. Yes, and fun. So there was a lot of pressure because we were working in 4 projects and it was like a very short course. So there was also always a time crunch where you have to deliver, some kind of results, impact, insights, presentation in front of the actual client that you're working with, which is a great thing which Domus does. It gives you a practical approach to pedagogy and not by learning through books, by actually working with clients for different projects, which has made it all the more interesting. And along with that, working with people from all over the world, it gives you a different notion of the world because you get to know which region has what kind of, EQ, IQ. So it's a lot of fun that you have while working. So yeah.
And actually, this photo you were explaining me, they are not your classmates, but they are colleagues. They are, I can see Gianfranco, Marie-Pierre,
Maria,
project
yes.
leader, Maria that now is in NABA, there is Marika. So, because after studying, they invited to work at school. So you were tutor, right?
Yes. So they were looking for someone who has both knowledge of design and management and marketing, because it was like a tutor for all the 4 schools of fashion, which was visual, like styling, visual design, accessory design, fashion design, and marketing and management. So they were looking someone from both the backgrounds, and I was a perfect fit for the role. And then Barbara was there at that point of time, so she approached me, and I interviewed with her, and I got the job. So and I got to work with all my teachers. So
how long did you work at Domus?
almost a year.
Almost a year. Almost a year.
Yes.
They are your classmates in this
photo. Yes. So we had a very small class because we were the September batch.
How many? How many?
8 people. That's it.
Very good, right?
Because good, because the attention, that kind of attention. Yes. Teaching. He got from and in any case, Maria was a great teacher. So the kind of attention she gave was in any case very immaculate. But being a smaller group helped also to bond, let's say, because still everyone is elsewhere, like from Korea to USA, but I'm still connected to these people. So
you're still in touch with them. Maybe they are watching you.
Maybe.
We will see. Anna, this was your final master project, a kind of thesis that you had to deliver, and then.
So how the final master project culminates is based on the 4 projects that we do in Domus. Then we are asked to create our own project based on all the learnings that we had from the company. So you have a mentor.
And Anna, this final master project stopped for a while at Domus Academy, but now we are going to have the final master project back.
Great, because it's a great learning. Because when you work with your mentor, that mentor is also another person, like who is working in a different company. So more and more you interact with people, you get to know a lot of things in the industry. So so Marco Sagliano, he was my mentor, and we still have a great relationship. So I visit a lot to China, like I used to when I was in my previous job, and I have met Marco because he has shifted in China. So great it was, and he was very helpful. Like he really taught me the real, real formula of a business, let's say, because he was a business owner himself.
Nice. We still have. I mean, this is the DNA of the school to be very concrete and push the student to put the hands on reality, brands and projects. You had the 4 workshops, and we still have this formula. You work with Penelope, that is a nice boutique in Brescia, right?
Yes.
Then also with the Rasi showroom in Milano.
Yes, with whom I worked. I did my internship. And
after you did your internship there.
Yes.
And then also Slowware, that is still a partner of Domus Academy. What did you do for Slowware?
The Slowwares project was very interesting because Slowware had a website, but they wanted to convert it into an e-commerce, and they have a unique strategy, you know, right? Like they're into slow fashion, so they wanted it to be inculcated in the website. So we were looking at strategies of how to, kind of carry forward the same DNA of Slowware into the website. So that was the project. That was the challenge. And after we did the challenge, Slowware actually picked up a couple of ideas from all our projects, not just mine, ours. And then they have successfully created a very good website right now.
You are still in touch, maybe also with some brands, with their managers?
With Rasi, I am, because I used to work with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Elena was there. She was the owner of the brand. So she actually is still in touch with me. She drops me a message on Christmas, and she was really a sweet person. So I'm in touch with her. But apart from that, these brands were more of, like a college interaction. So it was never like a personal level interaction. But since I worked with Rasi for a very long time, almost 8 months before I joined Domus, along with the internship. So we kind of created a special bond. So that's how it helped.
And the internship, let's say you ask Domus Academy, you tell them your preferences. How did you fix, let's say, your internship?
Yes.
Because now we have students panicking about internship.
So I think it's a both directional thing which happens. So there are some internship offers which are there, and your tutor or your teacher, they also help you to kind of understand what your DNA is and where you can excel, and they also give you a few suggestions that you should maybe intern in this kind of an environment or atmosphere. So I always wanted to intern in an apparel company, and kidswear was something which I really liked. And when I went for the interview in Rasi, so they had this brand Pero, which was one of which was one of their cores, but it was the highest seller. It was their champion brand in Milan. So they were very, very fascinated to know about India. And so I was also like, I also liked the fact that they know so much about India.
So you were the perfect fit to help them with Pero and to sell Pero, to tell.
Not only Pero, they had a lot of Asian brands, not Indian, but like Japanese, maybe something from Indonesia. They had unique brands with them, which they used to sell in Italy. And again, they used to sell Italian brands outside Italy. So they were taking the Italian brands to Asia, to Scandinavia, and things like that. So it was a good exchange of places and brands and thoughts.
And here is the graduation day.
Yes. Very memorable day. Yes, indeed.
Memorable.
Yeah.
And also, I remember this party because I've been at Domus Academy for many years. That it was a Tom, a restaurant, a bar, right?
Bar.
And
a very huge bar, actually, and extremely industrial to look at.
You have a lot of fun.
Yes, it was a great day. Very long day.
Anna, so you in total, you lived in Milano for 2 years, right?
Yes, 2 years. So 1 year studying plus internship in Rasi and a little bit of work in Rasi, and the next year working in Domus.
And in which area you were
staying? Yes. So I was living near the college because that is how you can just go to college at any point of time. So it is easier that way to work late night and everything. And I continued staying in that area only.
Okay. But here you were a kind of protagonist of the fashion panorama in Milano. What did you do here?
So in college, we get during Fashion Week, we get a lot of invites. So when I was a tutor also, I used to distribute all these invites to my students. Yes. So that's how I also got a few invites where we were invited. And so it was a quick call that you have to, if it's Xenia, you have to go. Like someone else was, I still remember someone else was supposed to go, and there was a message in my group that one entry in Xenia is open, and I was just asleep. I got ready and just ran.
Let's go. It was a menswear or women's
wear? Menswear.
Menswear. And also here is the Bosco Verticale, right? By Stefano
Yes.
Boeri.
Yes, this is one of the most beautiful architecture in Milan. So this is called the vertical forest, and it is like a whole lot of empty land, and then this building with covered with plants and vegetation. So there was a trip from Domus Academy from the interior designing students, and a couple of us joined them. So we got to see the structure. There was an architect who was actually guiding us. I don't remember the name of the person. He told us about how the building came and what was the ethos behind the structure, and then they also took us inside the building to see how it looks from inside.
How it looks, because I've never been there. I mean, I
So
think I outside.
yeah, so we went to one of the top floors, and from there it's like a very tiny bird eye view of Milan, very scarce, very spread out, so it was nice.
I think
And the
it's
location
one
is
of
very
the-
nice, so
and
you can
it
see.
might be, it should be very, very expensive.
Yes, yes. He actually told me the price. Yes, and I don't remember now, but it was pretty expensive. Yes.
And the other photo is about the city center. I can see
Yeah.
Cartier and Acqua di
Yes.
Parma, so the big brands
This
in Via Monte Napoleone, something like
correct, correct. It's Via Monte Napoleone, and it's the street where all the brands are there, from Salvatore Ferragamo to Zegna to everything. Gucci, Dolce Gabbana.
Susanna, maybe I have been to India just once, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Bombay and Pune, and I think that is, I mean, is very different, right? The culture of shopping. In India, maybe you have more department store or indoor shops, so
Right,
inside
right.
big hotels. And in Europe and in Milano, you can shop open air, walking in the street. Was
Yes.
something new for you, or you?
So I think it's also a culture. So if you go to India and if you go to markets which are from the olden times, you will feel and you will find these kind of a space where there are shops in some old building, and then you're
Yeah, but
walking
maybe
through.
they are not from the international big luxury
No,
brand.
no. So whenever you see some international brand, they have been put in a new setup, let's say a new mall or an MBO, like a multi-branded outlet, right? A luxury MBO. So these are evidently inside a new structure, a new mall or a new space. So you will never find this combination of, the glamour and the culture together, sitting side by side. Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe we are used to that, but could be something new and unusual for
Yes.
someone coming also from Turkey or the South America, where shopping happens in malls.
Right. It was.
How about those images?
So we had a lot of, we were actually being in the college, we used to get a lot of invites to different exhibitions. So this was one of Steve McCurry's photography exhibitions. Yes. And it was a lot about India actually. And the other one was Barbie, some 150 years back or something like that. So it was like all the Barbies that has evolved, and from every culture, how they have imbibed the culture in the costumes and the look of the Barbie. So it was a very beautiful exhibition.
And this year, let's say that everywhere and also in Milano, just a few events happened because of the pandemic.
COVID.
So
Yes.
didn't do a lot. This I remember this because I also visited the Gianfranco Ferré
Yes.
show at Palazzo Reale, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Palazzo Reale. Beautiful place. Actually, we went for a couple of exhibitions in Palazzo Reale, but this was one of the best. Like the way they have created the ambience and the lighting, it was really one of its kind.
Yeah, it was very, very spectacular, but also the structure, the architecture of the Gianfranco Ferré clothes
Yeah.
themselves. It was about the white T-shirt, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Deconstructing a white T-shirt and making couture out of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a nice memory also for me. Thank you for
Right.
remember this. Before Domus Academy, you studied fashion design. Where? Which school in India?
It's a National Institute of Fashion Technology, which is one of the most famous schools of India. So there, and I was doing fashion designing.
In
So
which
this
city?
was in Kolkata, which is my hometown. Yes, and this was my final graduation project. where we have to create a collection, taking some inspiration.
You miss designing and creating now that you have more manager role?
Yeah, but I think it has become a part of my hobby where in the weekends I try to maybe do something creative of my own.
Nice.
Yeah. So that balance I try to maintain.
We have the last picture of you. I'm curious about this because we can see you and a lot of faces.
Yeah, so this was an image which after graduation, Domus had put up with all the students who got graduated. It was like a huge wall with all the students who got graduated.
From the party at home.
Yes, yes. So one of my friends, they were very kind to pixelate all the other pictures and she just gave me my picture. So that is what it is.
Anna, I have just two questions, and then I
Yeah.
let the students that I see we have a lot of people, a big audience
Okay.
to interact directly with you. But
Sure.
what is the classical question of connecting the dots is what is let's say the takeaway that you received from Domus? What did you learn from a year at school? And also, what is the piece of that advice? Sorry, that you would like to suggest now?
Yeah. So I think the best takeaways from Domus, as I have already mentioned in my previous conversation, is of course, the practical way how they teach. So through that, I have learned a lot of stakeholder management, like speaking to companies, going to them, understanding their business, because we have learned like hands-on the skills of business and how different kind of companies survive and what are their approaches to, in order of buying, merchandising, and all the pillars of fashion, let's say. So that has helped us a lot, to connect to the industry. It was not just something where you read a book and, you just graduate. It was not like that. It was a lot of real life hands-on experience, which has helped me a lot. All in all, to come to a new city, which is out of your country, to adapt to that nature, that was a challenge, and that was a obviously fun thing to do, because that has, I think, evolved me a lot as a person, as a human being. So I have become much more interactive with people. I have become much more, empathetic, let's say, to other people's emotions. So these things matter, I think. And I think these are one of the key takeaways that Thomas had. Also interacting with people from different regions of the world.
And what would you like to suggest that maybe a student today maybe is not aware of something you say, please pay attention to this or try to do that?
Yes, so I would suggest that what I felt was in Domus, since I told you it was a very short course structure, at certain point of time, you feel a bit pressurized when you are doing the courses, right? So I would suggest work in the weekdays, but since you have limited time, maybe in Milan, so just go explore, meet people, try to see different aspects, different exhibitions, try to take a train and go out of nowhere. Maybe, I don't know, like, don't waste the time. This is a limited time, and utilize it
They
completely.
also have to study and deliver
Yeah,
projects.
Of course.
I do
Yes,
agree.
but so if not during projects, maybe during the breaks, during the summer break, during, the spring break. But to explore the place, it gives you a lot of experience. And you see a lot of, again, a lot of brands, because Milan is a fashion hub. And also the exhibitions which happen in Milan, the fairs which happen in Milan, the automobile fair which happens in Milan, that is so interesting. So to know all the aspects, just not to stick to one bubble.
Yeah, and now the life is back in Milano. We had Design Week, Fashion Week, Art Week is coming, a photography fair. So I think that from now on is a great moment.
Yeah.
But also the previous months, something was happening, but of course in a less capacity.
Yes. Right.
Anna, do you see some of your classmates online? You can recognize someone?
Not
Valentina,
really.
are you there? You would like to add something?
No, thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. It's so amazing and so lovely to see you again here. Since your graduation was some years ago, so 2015, and you grow a lot. So of course it's a pleasure to have you here. And so you have already checked in the attendees and our participant if you remember something or some names, since we have today our students, current students, prospect students as well, and also we share the invitation to our alumni network. So maybe you can see some names that is familiar or that you know and maybe you met in the past. Have you already checked and you do not find anyone that you met before during your career, during your Domus Academy experience?
I don't think that these are, maybe they are more recent.
More recent.
Like recent, yeah.
Or maybe someone that joined Domus in your year, but from another courses that maybe you never met, maybe who knows in the past.
Maybe,
Could happen.
maybe, yes.
Okay, so I would like to ask our students, prospect students, and our alumni network, all our attendees, if you have some curiosity, some questions, doubts that you would like to ask to our alumni guest today. So don't be shy, guys. It's the right moment to ask some curiosity.
Also, guys, you can ask an internship to Anna.
Yes, if they're willing to come to India, why not?
Maybe they can help from Milano to start building.
Of course.
Maybe can help in some way, do some research or for you remotely, and then maybe in the future they can move. Why not to your country?
Definitely, if someone is interested.
Why not? So
why
we
not?
we always are in contact with Ahana, with our alumni. So why not in the future? Maybe there will be possibility to host some students working from remote or maybe physically. So the pandemic now is the situation is going quite well. So I hope that next year we will go out from the pandemic.
Yes,
so why not?
Fingers crossed.
Finger crossed, exactly. I see one questions in the Q&A sessions. I do not know if you, Caterina and Hannah, can check the Q&A session.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 questions.
We have 2. Anna, you would like to read the question?
See, whenever you prefer, Anna. Okay.
Yes. So I'll read the first question.
Yes.
Can you talk more about metamorphosis? What are some specific changes in yourself that you have noticed through your journey?
This is a very deep psychology test.
So one of the major metamorphoses for me was transitioning from a student to a tutor in Domus. Because at one point of time, I was a student. When I was interacting with my teachers, I was seeking guidance on studies from them or some project. But later, I just stepped into that shoe. So it was like a great metamorphosis. I loved the change because there I could interact with the students myself and I could guide them with whatever experience that I had. So this was a great change and metamorphosis that has happened in me in Milan, let's say. Apart from all the things I've already mentioned.
And also, Anna, maybe the metamorphosis from fashion management and design into tech, right?
Yes.
And more virtual world with your new job.
Yes, so I will elaborate a little bit on that. So I have actually metamorphosis from being a designer to becoming a person who is a merchandiser, a buyer, a person who is selling a brand on, marketplaces, multiple marketplaces. So then I have gone into this technology space, right? So I can tell you only one thing. I have tried to keep with time, right? So when I went from being a designer to a merchandiser, that I felt that in my first job, I was doing a lot of merchandising. So I should learn more about merchandising buying through maybe a small education or some kind of leap of faith, let's say. So that was one step which I went ahead. Again, from buying, from being in core of fashion to going to a technology space, this was a lot to do with COVID, let's say, because during COVID, I actually understood that fashion companies are facing a lot of issues with, taking decisions, because you cannot take any more gut-based decision. You have to take data-based decisions. You have to, kind of think about what you're buying, where you're selling it. You have to make it very clear that you don't overstock your warehouses with your products and not uh, you're not able to sell it at one point of time, which COVID has taught us very well. We were all suffering. All the fashion industry was suffering pretty seriously. So when I got this offer, it was also something for me to understand how I can solve this problem in fashion, how to make it more sustainable, how to make it more, lean, this business. So this was one of my driving factors. So I have tried to change with times to keep up with time and find the correct space where I will learn something new.
Thank you. Next question is, there is a doubt that always surfaces time and again. Did you survive without Italian? Do you recommend one should study or learn Italian to do well?
Yes, I would recommend. Like, if not like completely Italian, but at least you should know, you should be street smart. Like, you need to know how to ask direction, how to buy groceries, how to sustain yourself. So basic things which I also don't learn Italian so well, but if someone is speaking Italian, I can understand. So I know the words, maybe I cannot speak the whole sentence. So little bit of Italian, it will make your life more helpful.
But Anna, not let's say at school or for the working life, because brands, managers, we all speak
Yes.
English, but is to survive for
In the
food,
city. Yes.
for pizza,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
More
Yes,
for
correct.
the daily life,
Yes.
maybe also to pay the bills, to discuss with the landlord, right?
Yes, that's what I was telling, to negotiate with the landlord. It's always better if you know Italian, because then you can, negotiate better. You can talk to a lot of local people. So that's always a plus.
Yeah, because in Italy, not everyone speak English. Not
Yeah.
every kind of job needs English, and maybe we don't still have this cultural habit of learning English from the cradle.
Right, right. I think it's valid for a lot of European countries, not just Italy.
Yeah.
But then you have to adapt yourself. If you're staying in a country, you have to adapt. So you need to know some basic skills to survive yourself. I think that's a basic thing which people should do.
Yeah. I just got a call from Akansha, that is a student of me, current student from India. I know very well her, and she is asking me, please, Caterina, help me to negotiate the price of the apartment, because now out of the blue they want to increase the price.
Oh, okay. See, that's why. Yeah.
And Tina is asking, can you please brief us about part-time job? I feel as a designer, the kind of exposure is really needed. Tina, what
So
do you?
so what she's saying is, I think she wants to have another job along with the study. So that's what part-time job is. But I feel that along with the projects, it's very difficult to work, and you should not really leave your projects and work somewhere else while you're doing the project, because you're actually working with companies and working with actual designers. So why not utilize that moment? Once you are out and once you're doing the internship, then you're free to do maybe a couple of internships if you can find. College will provide you one internship in any case. Apart from that, if you can provide yourself more, you can connect to more people. Why not go ahead and search for multiple jobs? But I just think that the college time is a time which is like it's a pure time. Don't really mix things up here.
Then, did you face any struggles during your academic journey? How did you overcome these difficulties?
So I think everyone faces academic struggles, because of course it's a new kind of way of doing things. So it took me some time to adapt into this project kind of situation where you're always working in groups, and it is difficult to work in groups. Of course, you have to be patient, you have to be open to other people's suggestion. Also, you have to be assertive to tell your suggestion. So these kind of dynamics you only start working on once you work in a group. And before Domus, I have not really worked in groups on projects, let's say. Maybe in real life work, yes, but not in projects. So this is something which I had some difficulty, but quickly you learn also. So it is not a big thing.
And I think it's a great training for real life, because then when you work, you have to work on a team, and maybe
Yes.
the best struggle is to get along with them, to be assertive, but at the same time kind, right? It's like
yes. Give or take, give and take kind of thing. Yes, yes, yes.
Then can you give us a little understanding of how you landed your internship? What kind of support was available from Domus?
Okay, so Domus has a career service wing who has internship opportunities, and they will try, as I have mentioned before, they will try to kind of find the perfect fitment for your requirements, your needs at the current moment, and also you as a person. So they will try to match you with all these jobs. So they are kind of very proactive, and they will give you a couple of offers. So you're free to choose from that. You go to interviews, and then just if you like the company, you go and join. If in case you do not like the company, there was also an option of on-campus internship for some people who did not find their correct placements or fitments, let's say. And there again, mentors are provided from the externalities of college who are working in some company, and then they give you an external project where you work.
Anna, for this issue, Valentina is the right person for the students, for fashion,
sure.
Then Cecilia and Selene. So maybe Valentina, if you would like to add something, that you are in charge of the internship.
Yes, of course. So as Hannah was saying, each student from enrolled in Domus Academy will have the possibility to attend and to do a professional experience in a company or studio. So I am in charge of the students from the fashion and luxury area, while my colleague Selene will be in charge of the students from the business and design area, and Cecilia Messina will be in charge of the students from the design and experience area. So of course, all the students will have the chance to meet individually the counselor, their dedicated counselor. For that specific reason, each student will be followed by a dedicated counselor in order to collect the main information, such as educational experience, professional experience, skills, competencies, such as computer skills, languages, and then together with the program leader related to the master course that the students is attending, will find the right and professional experience. So of course, we are in charge and we are dedicated for our students to give them the possibility to strengthen their career, to grow, and to find a professional experience. So absolutely. I hope that there are some students, the new students that joined Domus Academy in September. I see some names. So the first meeting will be around January, but if you need our support or you have some doubts, be free to contact us before. So we are at your disposal, absolutely, me, Selene, and Cecilia, my colleagues. So we are working for you guys always. And Hannah can confirm this, that each student will be followed by a dedicated counselor, where each student is different. So that's the main point. And we would like to take care about all the students and all the differences. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And career service is extremely available. Like whenever I used to go at that time, I think you were not there, Valentina. I think
yes, I was not there.
Giuseppa was there at that time.
Yes, Giuseppa was there. Yes. Giuseppa
so
and maybe Paola, maybe.
Yes, Paola. Yeah. So they were very, attentive. They were very concerned, and they were extremely available at any moment of time. When you go and you ask that I'm tense, I'm not getting an internship, they will be extremely, no, we have offers. Don't worry, you will slowly and steadily. So it was a very nice relationship that I also had with Giuseppa, because
it's important to understand from the students what are their needs, the desiderata and which kind of companies or which kind of areas general they would like to work for, would like to have the possibility to do an interview, first of all, and then to be selected. So that's the main point, to listen to our students and to their needs. So this is the main focus that the Career Services Office is used to manage and to have with our students. So absolutely. Thank you so much to you, Anna, for confirming this.
Thanks.
Sure. So we can go ahead with the questions. Anna, would you like to read them, or I can read for you?
Sure. So I think after the internship question, there's another question. I'm currently a Domus Academy student. Just out of curiosity, had you always planned to have a setup back in India and connect with clients internationally? And how was it to move back as an international student? Yeah, so this was not a decision which I took. So this was an organic thing which happened for me. I left Milan because I had some, family urgencies and some promises which I had to keep. So I went back because of that. But then it was quite warm, the welcome, I would say. I got a couple of job offers, but I was kind of evaluating which ones to take and which ones to not, because I always wanted a role where I will be connected somehow to, international clients, or somehow that kind of exposure which I got in Domus, I'm connected to that, global exposure still remains in my life. So that was one of my key drivers. So when I got my job, this was very important to me. And the job which I had just after Domus, after coming back to India, it was also a lot to do with sourcing. So I got exposed to the sourcing of China, Turkey. I was again traveling a lot to Milan. So these are the things which really kept me happy at that moment, because I was always wanting to go back and always wanting to, kind of mix with people, interact with people from different nations. So this has helped me to keep it. And currently in my company, we also have a lot of international clients. And so the journey continues. It was always, so my experience in Domus was extremely hands-on, but I always wanted to integrate and implement it into the current systems of India. So that was always my goal at one point of time or other. So I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
Perfect. So then we have Tina Gupta, that thank you for your reply that you replied before. Then we have another questions. I am a Domus student as well. I wanted to ask if it is hard to work in Milan and or in Europe, or if it is hard to get job offers.
So a couple of points. First of all, Milan has a great opportunity where your student permit of stay, it can be converted into, a job permit, or let's say you can opt for an additional year of permit, which other places like UK and all, it doesn't have. So it is comparatively easier in terms of, let's say, legal parameters or like judiciary parameters. The rest, for searching a job and how to search a job, that is completely on the student, because so you have to put effort to search for jobs. You have to put effort in your internship so that you might have a chance to get converted into a job, right? So during my internship, I was also offered a job in my internship because they wanted me to sustain me, and I kind of continued working with them for a longer time. But since I got a better, let's say, that was a contract job and I wanted a permanent job. So that's why I chose Domus and a couple of other reasons. So I had two choices and I made one choice for me. So it really depends on the student, I feel, because opportunity is there. How to grab the opportunity is completely on the person's hand.
And I'm curious, how did you find out about Domus Academy?
Yes, so I was looking mostly for colleges in UK and Europe. And I was looking, at that point of time, I was looking for colleges which had scholarships. So I was looking at a couple of 2-3 colleges, and you have to submit a project. At that point of time, Domus had a scholarship. I don't know currently it has or not. So I submitted a project, and then I got qualified for the 70% tuition scholarship. So that was one of my key drivers, of course, because it helped me a lot to come to Milan.
Of course.
But apart from that, Milan was also one of my favorite places to come because it is the hub of fashion. I always wanted to come to Milan. So that also helped.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Anna. So now Sharbari, thank you so much for your reply that you
Yes.
you replied before. So any other questions, guys? Please feel free to send write the questions in the chat or in the Q&A sessions. So we can wait a few minutes more if maybe some students is thinking about questions to share with you, Anna.
Sure.
Anna, you have a question for me and Valentina or for the students?
So I have a question for Caterina actually, because I remember that we had a class together, but I am not able to remember which class.
Oh dear, I don't remember either.
6 years ago, 6 years ago.
I do remember the graduation party at Tom.
Yeah. I think it was a class between the fashion designing, marketing, and it was like a mixed class with all the verticals.
Maybe usually I give lecture about communication, marketing, events.
Yes. I think it was during event management. We had a project with Timberland for event management. And I think you were one of the lecturers during that.
Usually I like to show also inspiration from other events, from movies, red carpets, and to show real materials, press release, press folders, books.
Yeah. I remember, I think.
So I was not very impressive because you don't remember what I said.
But 6 years ago.
Yes, and also it was just like one class, I think 1 or 2 classes maximum. And there were so many visiting faculties who used to come for each and every module. So there were always new faces.
Yes,
always.
New faces, new consultant, new lecturers. Exactly.
Yes.
So for that specific reason. Okay.
Yeah. So I think we don't have any more questions.
No, I think so. I'm checking again, just in case in the chat and in the Q&A session, but I do not see any other questions or curiosity. So
Sure.
Thank you so much, Anna. I do not know if you would like to add or to say some suggestions to our students, current students, our prospect students, and then that's it. Let's say.
Yes. So no suggestion, because I think I have already spoken about what can be done, what not to do, things like that. But definitely, if someone is looking for an internship in a fashion tech kind of an environment, they can reach out to me, of course, on LinkedIn. Also, if someone is working in a company and they are looking for a solution which will help make their life easier as merchandisers, buyers, definitely reach out to me. So we can have start a conversation, start a call, and just discuss on what are the problems and how can we solve it.
So exactly, feel free to contact Anna through LinkedIn, or maybe you can directly ask the career services, me and the career services office, and maybe I can share the details of Anna, so you can put in contact directly with her to make a conversation on some points. Okay, so it's a pleasure. Thank you so much again.
Grazie.
To you. Grazie to you, and also to you, Caterina. And let's keep in touch, Anna, for the future opportunities, internship, and something else. It's lovely to have you as alumni guest again. And thank you so much. Good luck, and see you soon, very soon. Okay.
Anna, grazie, buonanotte.
Buonanotte, grazie mille. Ciao.
Thank you so much, guys, for attending. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.